Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.
All right, today a bit of Oman-based news. Now, if you remember my previous videos where I spoke about the Omani ruler who passed away, Qaboos, and it was a bit of a controversy because I spoke about him being gay, him having some pleasure boys, and the lifestyle which was not mentioned. And yes, some people agreed, and some people sent me private messages. And obviously Omani nationals who love their leader, I mean, some of them said it's fake news, but what they don't know is I got this information from an Omani guy itself, an actual Omani citizen, but who is no longer staying in Oman. He has moved away. So he, being gay himself, he shared all this information. So anyway, so after that I got 2 or 3 people who shared Oman based information. These are expats. One Omani citizen, he did speak to me, but those were general stuff. Now yesterday I spoke to a guy who has been in Oman for multiple generations, and obviously I'm not going to share his identity, but he gave me a picture about Oman as to what is happening. And I think the information that he shared is useful for expats who want to go to Oman, or investors who want to do business in Oman. Okay, now if in case I'm wrong about anything, feel free to correct me, and keep in mind I have not been to Oman, just for holiday, but this is the information from a guy who is in Oman for a couple of generations, someone who follows my channel, and obviously he can't speak openly. So like I tell you, see, we are not 100% right. We all have to learn. Just as you get information from online, I get information not from media sources, but from people who are reliable and trustworthy. So I had a long conversation with this guy, almost 1 hour, and this is the information that he sent me. Okay, so this is what he said. I asked him basic questions. These are the questions. So first I asked him is, how is Oman doing in terms of the pandemic and the recession? So his first answer was, Oman has been badly affected, very, very badly affected, and it's no longer like how it used to be. He's saying especially after what Qaboos died, and the new guy came over. First was a shift of power, but then before he could do anything, COVID struck, and that kind of decimated the economy. Now what he said is the most hottest topic that is happening is, the tension between Saudi and UAE, where it started off with the OPEC disrespect, where Saudi openly stated UAE openly objected to Saudi, and that was a shock for everyone because UAE and Saudi were like, buddies. They are fighting the same war, they are investing in projects together, they are doing the same stuff. Basically they are intertwined in terms of relations. Even with the USA, when they go, if Saudi places an order for $1 billion jets, UAE places an order, and they jointly worked against Qatar. So what he told me is, after UAE objected to Saudi, the tension has not stopped. And the proof of this is, Saudi has reached out to Oman, and now they have started to work on multiplicity of projects. If you actually look back on the news from Oman and UAE, there were multiple projects which UAE announced. $1 billion project confirmed in Oman. All $1 billion. Whenever UAE talks, $1 billion project here, $1 million, multi-million dollar project there, construction this, building that. So they announced many projects. But when I asked him, are these projects which they announced, have they done? He was laughing. He said, it's just namesake that they announced in the papers. But when it came to actually starting the work or even delivering the project, forget delivering, even starting the work, nothing happened. So it seems that Saudi and Oman now are working on a project. I don't know, is it oil or gas or what it is, but they are laying down the infrastructure for the roads, 600 kilometer between Oman and Saudi. They're setting up the roads, they're setting up the checkpoints, whereby, I don't know, is it trade, is it manufacturing, is it oil, what it is will flow freely between both the countries. And he also mentioned that the project is moving fast track. See, 600 kilometers of infrastructure is not a joke. Okay, so my first this thing is, you can tell me if this information is right or wrong. Feel free to comment down below, but just be careful if you're staying in Oman as an expat. Just make sure that it's not your real identity, just for safety. Now, I did tell him one of my funny mistakes that I made. I told him I thought Oman was very small. If you see my previous video, like an idiot, I said, Oman is such a small place, such a tiny country. And then I got bashed up by everyone who said, what the fuck are you talking, man? After Saudi, Oman is the largest. And then I was like, fuck, okay, I went to 2 places in Oman. I didn't see any development. I hardly see any Omani people. And this is where he also laughed. He said, that's okay, because, you're not there. Most of the people go to only the main touristy kind of places. I think the rest of the place is not developed until now. The Omani, when Qaboos was there, he wanted to build all the land and he wanted to give it to Omani people. It seems he really loved his citizens. He even loved the expats. But the new guy is totally different. It's not very popular with them. Them in the sense, one is the expats, because right now nobody is benefiting in any way, even if they contribute, and citizens, because it seems now, life is different, because obviously when you have a change in leadership, you have a change in leadership style, and nobody likes change, So the first one was the 600 kilometer project.
Jesus. Hello there, it's me, Jesus Christ, speaking to you from heaven. All right, you? Yeah, you, my friend. Yeah, you. Look, you prayed to me every single day, and you told me, like, I want a better paying job, and I want to, like, change my life, and I want to be happy. Well, look, here's your answer. Contact my buddy, Loy Macedo, of loymacedo.com, and he will do the needful. Well, okay. Maybe he looks like the devil, maybe a little scary, the tattoos are slightly horrible, but, like, trust me, like, okay, he looks terrible, right, but don't worry, he's a cool guy. So, what are you waiting for? Google him. Google his name. Contact him. Yeah, and you'll see why I sent you. Yeah, he's the real deal. And yes, my child, you'll find the answer. This is the part where you stop staring at me and contact the guy. All right. Trust me. Go on now. I got other things to do around here, all right?